Elevator.
Today we are going to build an elevator. We are going to build some sort of machine with our robotics kits that is going to lift up a little minifigure. And it's going to lift it up, and it's not allowed to fall over. Here are some more rules about how to build an elevator. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this when program starts block. So we're going to use a different one in the events tab. So let's lose that one. And we'll grab the one that says when the left button is pressed, because on the hub, when we press the left little button, we're going to make it go upwards. And because it's just a single motor, we're going to use the blue motors here, and we're going to grab the top block and we're going to make it move clockwise for a number of rotations. Now the number of rotations will depend on things like how high your robot is, how high it is, or how thick your axle is, that sort of thing. But let's just say 6 rotations. Now if 6 isn't enough or is too much, you can change this later. So it's when the button is pressed, when the left button is pressed, it's going to go upwards. It's going to rotate, spin around, and make the string go upwards for 6 rotations. And you can change that later. You might need something like 20. Who knows how tall your robot will be. When you build it, just make sure you plug it into port A, that motor that turns. Then we can just duplicate this, because after we've tested it, we want it to go back down to the ground. So you can right click and duplicate this, or if you're on a tablet, just hold your finger down on here and duplicate it. And then we just need it to spin the opposite way for a number of rotations. Now that pretty much will do the job. When you press play, it always runs both stacks simultaneously. So when you press the left button, it's going to go up. Oops, we've got to change this one to right. Oh, nearly forgot. That one's got to be right. When that one's right, it's got to go down. Left for up, right for down, and Bob's your uncle. And don't forget, if your minifigure falls over, you need to press stop. Now it's time to pause the video. I'm just going to pop the rules up here. Pause the video, otherwise hang around for the teacher instructions. So the teacher setup for the elevator is pretty straightforward. You just really need 3 things. First thing you need is some string. You've got to have some string to lift up the elevator platform, and maybe about 1.5 meters for each group. Or you could just get the kids to build their elevator first and then give them some string that you see fit, and then you won't waste as much. You need a ruler or a measuring tape. I recommend a measuring tape for measuring how high the platform gets off the base. So you've got to have something to measure it with. Each group could have their own rulers, or you could just get one and you could have official measurements by you, the teacher. I think you need to have official measurements rather than kids measuring it themselves, because they're not always honest and that minifigure might fall over. So you've got to be there to witness it. And you've got to provide some minifigures for the kids. There are some minifigures in the Spike Prime sets. You could use those, or you could get the kids to bring in their own, or you could provide other ones. There's heaps of minifigures you could choose from, and they do make the activity pretty awesome. So that's pretty much it. String, measuring tape, minifigures, and then you're right to go. Don't forget, with all my videos, at the bottom of the screen there's handy ways to score, even extension ideas, and in the description there's also links to some self-assessment and teacher assessment spreadsheets and a comprehensive lesson plan for every lesson. So check out the bottom of the video in the description for some really handy tools that you can use when teaching. And if you haven't already, check out all my other lessons in this playlist.